Saturday was Black Caviar Day at Royal Ascot, and Australians descended on Berkshire in their thousands to see the wonder from down under. Well, they got the result they wanted, but it did make for some pretty tense viewing. Let's see the race from the start.
And they're away, racing. Slow to go, blew the start, Society Rock. Well out Soul, who goes off quickly. On the stand side, it's Bogart, tracked by Black Caviar. Tracking Soul down the centre, Jimmy Stars in the yellow jacket from SK Love. Towards the stand side, tracking Black Caviar is Restier d'Argent, followed by Pastoral Player, Raw Rock out the back with Society Rock, and also Genki, and the Checker is towards the rear. Moonlight Cloud is buried in the field about 8th or 9th as they race through the first 2 furlongs or so. And Soul has gone off quickly here from Bogart in second inside the 3. Black Caviar travelling comfortably on the right in third place. They're followed by Krypton Factor, SK Love on the far side, Restier d'Argent, Moonlight Cloud in the white jacket, beginning to try and get on terms with Black Caviar. Luke Nolan shakes up Black Caviar. What can she find? Soul went very fast. Black Caviar takes it up now, chased by Restier d'Argent. Moonlight Cloud is attacking on the stand side. Then Soul, Krypton Factor, Black Caviar's in front. Here comes Moonlight Cloud on the stand side with Restier d'Argent, a twin French assault. Black Caviar needs the line. He's easing up on her, and he's just scraped in. Oh, he did, he blew it. But Black Caviar, she's still unbeaten. I think she's just scraped in.
So job done, but only just. A very dramatic finish, and we can hear now from the winning connections.
Look, it was just I just underestimated the grueling test of the 6 furlongs she froze up, and I let her idle, or not idle, I didn't ease down, I just let her idle the last couple, and because it was a test for her, the big engine shut down, and but she's got a long neck and she does know how to get beat, but look, it was things it just made the day a little bit more exciting for me and Pete. I wasn't I thought that she'd still coast, but when I relaxed on her, she come back right underneath me, and I think it was just due to the fact that she'd have a grueling run, and that was all it was. And I thought she'd still coast, and she didn't. So she took me a little bit by surprise, but it doesn't matter. She won, and that should be the story, shouldn't it? That she's 22 for 22, and doesn't matter how far she wins by, or so long as she wins, and that's what I'm most happy about.
Black Caviar needs the line. He's easing up on her, and he's just scraped in. Oh, he did, he blew it. But Black Caviar, she's still unbeaten. I think she's just scraped in.
Oh, listen, I believe she was probably out on her feet a furlong and a half out. She never travelled as strongly and as keenly as she does at home. I probably had concerns a half mile out. I think only her grit and her ability and a great will to win got her home. And Luke was trying to look after her, so maybe he got caught short, but he got the job done. She just didn't travel in the run. She didn't travel as keen. She didn't have her ears pricked. I thought she was always in control of the race, but I knew there was never going to be a lot of ping just the way she travelled. She wasn't up on the bridle, neck arched, ears pricked like she does at home. There's no doubt today you've probably seen the filly race at her lowest ebb. Well, fortunately she was still able to get the job done, but she's probably raced at her lowest ebb for some 10 or 12 starts. She never travelled, she never zipped like she does, and I think viewing the filly in the Mounting Yard post race, she's out on her feet. She's done a tremendous job. I just think she's had a long season with a massive trip to come over here, and I've said all week I think the owners are to be congratulated. This was always going to be the greatest risk of her career, travelling this far. Every time we take her to the races for probably her last 5 or 6 runs, we've been prepared to accept that it's probably her last run, and hopefully that's not the case today, but if she's as tired and as worn out when she arrives home in Australia, you may have seen her grace the track for the last time. I'm slightly disappointed for your public that you haven't seen how great this filly is. I know that win today will leave Doubting Thomases out there, but you don't win 22 from 22 being a mug. I think I saw the finest performance I've ever seen on a racecourse here on Tuesday in the winner Frankel. I think maybe had I had this mare here last year, I probably would have said the same thing. There's no doubt we're nearer the end than the start, so this mare's not going to improve from here on in. She's a 6-year-old by your time, 5-year-old by our time. She's done one hell of a job, and I'm extremely proud of her, and as I'm sure everyone at home in Australia are also.